here we are. This is a recipe of Yabrak. I'm taking a picture of it here. You'll be able to pause this and look at it. So we're going to start by blanching the cabbage. So Ma already has the 2 pots. Here we are. I'm videoing the recipe again. There's one other thing we looked in the book right here. We looked in this book right here, and you can add allspice, and they put a little lemon juice in it. And Ma said she does sometimes. So
I forgot.
it's all by whatever you want. So
taste.
It's all by taste, and we're almost done. So here we go. Okay, here we are. We're going to cut the core out of the cabbage. That's the first thing you do. We're going to do 1 pound of meat, which is going to probably be enough for 2 people. So it's a small head of cabbage. Granted, if you're going with more people, you're going to bigger cabbage. Be careful with your, as you can see, be careful with it. Okay, here we go.
The water's boiling.
Water is boiling. Now we just let it sit for
a little bit.
About how long approximately?
Give it a couple minutes anyway.
A couple minutes, and the leaves should start peeling off, and then we're going to start putting them in the other pot.
And the reason why we're putting them in the other pot to finish them off so I can keep on unpeeling them and putting them in there.
Okay. There she pulled out the first one. There's the first leaf is off. So we'll take that, put that on the other one. She said this is what the pain is. So she's using the knife, trying to
get down to the next level.
Get down to the next one. See how she's cutting it and trying to just, she sticks the fork in where the core is, and then you try to peel it. Okay, now we're back to all the cabbage is blanched and all the leaves are off the cabbage. And now if you use a bigger cabbage, Ma was saying that the veins you would have to cut them out, but now she's just getting them ready. See the size of them. This is about a perfect size.
I'm taking the veins out too.
She's taking the veins out.
See, now, like a bigger one like this, I can cut it in half.
Perfect.
And take
cut the vein out. Okay.
But the smaller ones, I don't have to. I just cut the vein off. Here's another big one.
Okay. Do the whole thing like that.
Sometimes if you got a big cabbage, you can get 3 pieces out of it.
Take a pound of ground chuck. Three-quarters cup of rice. If you want it to go farther, you can use more rice. Ma says it has to be Uncle Ben's.
Yes.
So when you do it at home, you can use anything you want.
No, use Uncle Ben's, otherwise it won't come out.
Salt, pepper, garlic, and cinnamon. See, this is Ma's measuring cup. About
a teaspoon.
Teaspoon of salt.
So far.
Ground cinnamon.
Sprinkle.
She's actually doing it the hard way because she's measuring. She never has done it this way before. So it looks like about a half a teaspoon.
I don't know if I need this much.
Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. No?
No.
Probably a quarter teaspoon. This is, everybody has to remember, this is for a pound of hamburger. And now we're doing pepper. Go back to she's going to try it's a half a teaspoon. We're going to see how much she puts in. She's kind of doing it by reference. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Half a teaspoon of
pepper.
And there again, it's still by flavor. You might like more garlic, more pepper, whatever. And you can always probably add cayenne.
No.
That's garlic. I would say probably a quarter teaspoon of garlic. And then mix it together, and then we'll start rolling. We do have to put our chopped tomato in there. That's just to add a little flavor in it, and that's what we mix. And you just take a chunk of a tomato and chop it up. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. This is kind of the same mixture you would put in grape leaves.
It is a thing.
So here's here she is. She's chopping her tomatoes, so we'll chop that up.
I don't know if I want the whole thing in here. That's only a pound.
That's probably enough.
Just a little bit. Juicy.
Nice juicy tomato, so. You mix that all in with it, chop it all up, mush it up, and then it goes into your insides. There she goes. Okay, here we are. Now that gets mixed. You just fold everything in, and then that's our mixture that we wrap our. Now she's just grabbing the leaves.
I don't know how many ounces is it.
She just rolls it up into the cabbage. And see, you just roll it up. So you grab a chunk of meat, grab a cabbage.
I suppose I should find out how much you put in each
Just
one.
a little bit, just a pinch of meat like that. So now I'll show you how much is there. See how much is there? Onto the cabbage leaf, roll it up. That's it. You don't have to tuck your corners. Instead of whole tomatoes, they're chopped up tomatoes and tomato sauce. And this is what we put in for salt, pepper, garlic, and cinnamon. It was like about a 3/4 teaspoon of salt, half of pepper, half of garlic, and 1/4 of cinnamon. That's about how much. And you can go by whatever flavor you want. This is what it should look like in your pan, and this is what we're using for a pan. So casserole dish
Or a roaster.
or a roaster. You can do whatever you want depending how much you have. So this is a little over a pound or right around a pound. So, and now we're gonna put our tomatoes on.
I could have put a smaller one, but that's all right. You got these?
So
How much you do this?
okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut them.
Cute little tripod.
Good. Yeah.
Get some on your clothes?
No. And pour it in.
Zoe, move.
Got lots of help from Zoe. She's been helping us right along, Hazel. Good girl. So now we go back up to it. So this is what it looks like on top. Another can of water from the tomato sauce,
Rinse out the cans.
to rinse out the one can. Just try to let the sauce get down into the bottom a little bit. There you go, all the way around. Looks good. The oven is preheated at 350.
Probably about an hour.
Maybe take about an hour because of just how much we have. She's gonna put a little bit more liquid in there, and just kind of a little bit soupy. It's not too bad.
It should be level.
Should be level all the way across. So because the rice is gonna absorb a lot of that moisture. Here we go.
Okay, now I can.
Cover it up with foil, put it in. Now we're at the finished product. They look delicious. Well, wait a second. I'll rephrase that. They are delicious.